All right, what we're doing today is to show you how to load, or how it loads the sonde carriage assembly, how it loads into the bent sub, so that you'll know that it's in position and you're good to torque up and seal off the back of the housing. A critical part is this little black rubber washer. We call it a thrust washer. And this we call our air diffuser. The air comes in through here, out here, and through all these holes, and we've got a real low friction loss on this piece of equipment here to get the ultimate performance out of any of our hammers. But you take the rubber thrust washer, you'll drop it down in there. You can use the T-wrench or a screwdriver. It has a seat that it needs to go down into. You just push it down in there, get it bottomed out. It's good to go. As for compression purposes, that thrust washer will eventually flatten out, and you'll know it's time to change it because this end of the sonde carriage assembly will be pressed against it, and it will cause little knots to raise up on the thrust washer, and it's time to replace it. It's no different than the rubber seal that's in your cam lock fittings that flattens out and they start leaking. It's the same material. This is just, it's for compression purposes to hold this in place so it doesn't move. So the air diffuser goes over where the terminal end is. And it simply slides up on it like that. The terminal end's against the thrust washer. You take your T-handle. It's for installing and removing the sonde carriage assembly. It's always important to make sure those threads are clean on the terminal end and on the threads on the T-handle. Now, again, this is for illustration purposes only. We have right here, we have the sonde at 12 o'clock, as you can see on the display over here. And here we have the bent sub. This flat spot, this is where your serial number will be stamped, or a serial number. That's 12. On the bottom side, that gets most of the rub when it comes through a steer, we have these carbide inserts. And this middle row is 6 o'clock. So I always recommend having your hammer at 6, because you can see that middle row of carbides a lot easier than you can see the little small flat spot here showing 12. So you can set your hammer at 6 like this. This is 12 on the sonde carriage assembly. And when you insert it through the housing, which is attached here, this will go in and it will turn, and this flat surface, which gives you your 12 o'clock, has a seat in here that it will go into. It will only go in one way. And I don't know if you could see down inside there, but there is a high and a low seat for that large timed in. So we have, again, this would be illustrating the hammer at 6 o'clock, and we'll insert this at 12. Again, you should have your locator on, just for verification. And when it's in, and when you're pushing this in, keep your thumb against the air diffuser, and you'll turn it with a little bit of pressure on it, and it seats, and it will not move. So now we're at 6 o'clock with the sonde tubes and with the bent sub, and then you can just roll it over, and there's 12.